Going to talk on a topic around taxes and income. We're in January here, and obviously a lot of us towards the end of January are thinking about filing taxes or filing for extensions on taxes if you have businesses, depending on how you kind of view those things, and planning. For us, part of our goals in 2020 included purchasing our forever home. What that looked like for us was acreage in Wisconsin and having enough acreage that the property was off the road, couldn't be seen, and had land or acreage where we could do different things like farming, having private gun ranges, things of that nature, and having the proper zoning that allowed for that. So it's always important when you're buying a property to know exactly what the zoning is, what that allows for in your counties, some of the restrictions, if you have to have zoning permits to do certain things that you may want to do. For us, part of this included having a small business. Obviously, I have the software company around real estate and run the small business on the property, but also having a farm. And really what that means is, are you a business around the farm or are you a hobby? And one of our CPAs sent me an article to review when we were looking at this that simply kind of gave some ideas of how is the IRS going to look at this, whether you're a hobby farm or a business. Really comes down to, do you have intent to have profit? And they talk about in the first 3 to 5 years showing profit, and if not, there's some forms that you have to fill out. But nonetheless, the intent is to have profit. So for us, what does that look like? We've got 36 acres. Some of ours is pastures, and those pastures are zoned A2 agricultural. That allows for crops and things of that nature to be produced on that land. We can have horses, we can have animal, cattle, etc. We've got miniature donkeys, and those pastures are then lined with fences. We have electrical fences. We've got automatic waters that are installed, and then different shelters for those animals, including a pole barn and horse stalls, horse stables. So having that type of thing allows us to be considered a farm, and we're producing crops such as hay for a profit. And because we have that, we can then have assets and expenses. And you obviously have to treat it like a business, keep your books, make sure that you have separated things out, bank accounts, etc., and be able to show what the stuff is being used for as a business expense. So for instance, as we have the animals, we have things like a UTV to take out feed and water and different things out there, plowing to get out to the animals and making sure that we have pathways cleared, mowers to make sure that pasture fence lines are cleared, skid steers to be able to obviously do different things with the attachments such as mowing and cultivating, plowing, with the bucket obviously pushing things around and cleaning where the animals are at, different things of that nature. So these different assets and different liabilities or expenses may be part of that farm business. Beyond that, some things to consider or take a look at is certain states have grants and loans that are available for farms, for rural areas, small populations. We're in a farm town that is a population roughly of 4,500 people. I happen to look, and there are grants available both for helping and assisting with livestock and producing crops, but there's also grants that are available out there for things like renewable energy. So if you have a business or a farm that is most of your income producing, there's different things that you can apply for where you can replace windows, put insulation, solar panels, different things that are providing better energy efficiency, things of that nature. So those grants, just happen to look at them. Some of them allow up to 40% grant, and then a portion of it can be a loan. Some of them require that you put up some of the money. Some of them are 25%, some are different than that, but you have to have skin in the game in some of these. But having that business, having that farm with the land allows for running a business, obviously, and having expenses behind it. At the end of the day, you're trying to make a profit, but it's also something where there's expenses behind it, and so your taxable income as a business owner, that's always something that you should be concerned with, and planning ahead towards the end of the year, making sure that you have, over the past 12 months, past 11 months, been planning ahead and making sure that what your taxable income is, it's not a surprise and large tax bill at the end of the year. Obviously, some of my friends go into the real estate side of things, having rentals, having apartments, having storage units, etc., all with the intent to not only have income, but being able to have depreciation and different things that can be written off, whether it's in a year or multiple years, etc. These are all some things that should be considered and need to be planned ahead of time, but in doing so can allow for some great business adventures and avenues to produce income, but also have some assets that come with it. So if you do have questions, concerns around this, feel free to reach out. lifeafterserving.com, lifeafterserving@gmail is an email for us. We do have the YouTube channel Life After Serving as well, and then we are on TikTok under _DonaldRoss_LAS. But just something that for us has been something that we wanted to have a part of our life as we retired, as we moved or transitioned out of the military. And I know oftentimes those that are getting out, retiring, or getting out of first responder side of things, that can often be partly looking to get out of the urban areas, cities, and kind of having your own spot, your piece, and having some acreage. So if you are looking at doing that, that's something that we'll talk on more, and some of the things that we've had and some of the things we've done around it. And if I can answer any of your questions, feel free to reach out.